a look at the most viewed videos on YouTube, say Annoying Orange, which I think is pretty cool. They keep changing the content of the screen every 3 or 4 seconds, so it seems much faster than it is. Even the talking head videos, they're almost cut like, you know, MTV style, really fast paced. Even though they might say a sentence complete, they might break it up via their video editing, so it's just more choppier, and it just, that format seems to capture people's attentions longer, even though it's like 3 minutes, but it's still going to that few second of attention span that we have. So it's a video editing.
And that's a valid point about shooting too, is if you're shooting even something as simple as a talking head, it's important to reframe. Move your camera to a different angle. Move it to, you know, so if it's someone straight on, then pull back so you get a wide shot, and then move the camera over, even as they're talking, you know, and then maybe there's a way in which you can sort of, well, then it's as sophisticated as far as editing is concerned. You have to be able to create sort of like a black transition where the sound is continuous but the video is not, so you don't see the move. But if you can arrange it so you're constantly changing the frame, maybe between 3 or 4 different positions, then you're always keeping the person focused on what you're doing because they're expecting change, and that allows them to sort of blink. Really, all of these transitions are so people can blink and their eyes don't dry out.
And that's really true. If you watch a television show, a 5-second cut is a really, really long cut. And that's because of technology. It's so much easier to make all those cuts. So even if you're shooting a talking head, which we have up right now, if you're back, you know, just a little bit, if you're shooting in high definition and the quality's light enough, in your post, you can go and you can just increase that frame. You increase the resolution up to like 150, and it will create just a different perspective to look at it. So you can be moving in and out. And jump cuts are really, used to be, you never do a jump cut. You always want a transitional fade. But jump cuts are what works all the time. So you can have...
Jump cut.
Steve says explain jump cut.
Yeah, explain it.
One location to another.
Jump cut is where you just change with no transition. There's absolutely no transition between the sides. So it just goes, if you play this,
sorry.
See, that's a jump cut.
No, that's a straight cut. Jump cut is where somebody's talking and then they sort of stumble.
Oh, right. It has to stay in the same frame.
Yeah, right. So right. if I'm talking and all of a sudden I stumble over a word and it's scripted, and then I can pick it up again, but obviously my body's moved. So it's almost like you see this jerk.
He just did it right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's on one side and he was here.
Yeah.
But these are quite acceptable now.
He jumped from one side of the screen to the other.
Thanks to music videos.
The max headroom.
That was a jump cut.
So it just keeps your attention longer, although he's not really saying anything earth-shattering, right? So that's, I mean, but it amazes. So we go back to the statistics of this one dude, right? And so he has 1 million views. So if you look at the stats here, and look at the growth of this, and look at the stats of all the, and then, he's not even saying anything substantial, but he just grew a great big following primarily through his subscribers, because his content is just entertaining enough that, you know, people sit through. And this video is 4 minutes long.
I've never clicked on that little button that you just clicked on. I didn't even know that was there.
But so this button here, hold on
you just
a second.
did, it's good.
If you go to views, there's this little section here that gives you just that much more information. Similar to if you click on closed caption.
Show that again.
Oh, sorry.
The button.
Oh, I see it, but I just didn't know what it was.
So yeah, so if you click on here, click on here, click on here, it gives you just more data about stuff here. And they kind of cleaned up the interface so it's less in your face. So just like this like thing, you could click like and then see the statistics there. You could also add it to a particular sublist. If you have sublists, you have to be logged in obviously, but you could, you know, create a playlist of certain types of videos you like. So if you like funny videos about cats, you could, exactly. So they call it a playlist on YouTube. And then the like also gives you some statistics. Again, you have to be logged in, but it gives you statistics as to who liked it and blah 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 blah. So again, it creates a community around this video. And then going back to, and this is something creative. I mean, this is very childish, but it gets a lot of views. And here's another thing, is that once you get to a certain rate, they'll embed an advertising in it. Also, this is two types of advertising. There's this type of long play advertising, and then there's a pop-up advertising. So with the pop-up advertising, there's two of those. There's the generic pop-up, and there's also, if there's music, what's going on? Oh, you're just clicking that.
Get rid of those pop-up ads.
You can't get rid of those. They purposely put it in so you have to watch it. That's the thing with these.
You have a special channel of music.
Right, exactly. So then the pop-up ones, there's two types of pop-ups, regular commercial ones, and if there's audio with the YouTube, then they'll give you an opportunity to buy the soundtrack that you use to create the video. And sometimes, and Steve, you have a great example about this, where the company could actually decide whether they want to allow you to use their audio or they'll mute your video. So you want to talk about that?
I can pull it up.
Okay. But show Annoying Orange first. So again, this is just a creative way to just get attention. They mix and match popular themes items with this very annoying orange. But I just use this as like a case study because they actually embed a lot of different things. At the end of these videos, sometimes you see an overlay to different videos that creates much more consumable content. So if you like this, click here and you can see the past episodes, the next episodes, and things like that. Similar to, and the last thing I'll show
Like
before.
subscribing?
No, well, kind of, but they embed the.
No orange.
Yeah, most YouTube and most of the other players do something similar, right? At the end of
Yeah, so this is like a link. So you click there and you go to the channel, and it says.
How do you lay that on your videos?
When it's very easy when you log in, it gives you these editing tools.
And when you're in edit mode,
Right.
you say edit, and then you can do annotation, it's called. Click on that.
So here you go, and this is very important to do, is when you have a video, make sure you put the entire link, otherwise it wouldn't be clickable. So as you see, if you want to retweet it, they've already given you a way to share this video very easily. Yeah, you have a button up here, but you've given them, the viewer, an opportunity to share your content, and that's all via the description. So these are little things that you could add to grow.
Putting that in their description.
They put it in the description, yeah.
Right.
And so what he just said, what Joselin just said that's important is you put a URL in here, but you have to put http:// in front of it. Otherwise, it won't be clickable, and you want that to be clickable.
Right.
Are we out of time? Well, you know what? You know what I found? I found this lighting video from like I don't know how many years ago.
Is this the one that you did? Or?
Yeah.
I like that chair.
Yeah, sure. I like the shirt.
From pcb5.com. Today we're going to talk about lighting for video. Here I am sitting in a room that's lit by daylight. Now let's turn on the overhead light and see what it looks like. Hang on.
I like that there's a 3-second delay.
So now let's put a little light on the subject, and it's a little brighter, so adding more light is a good idea. Now let's turn on that lamp in the background and give the background a little feature.
It's hosted on the Internet Archive, so it's really slow.
Okay, there we go. That's a little better. That's like on NFL films, you know, when they interview the players, they always have a key light in the background, or candles, you know, like you could light a candle. And now, the last light I'm going to light is a low toda light with an umbrella on it. Let me light that for you right now. Okay, now, there you go. This, I think, looks a lot better. You've got a nice bright light on it, and you can compare this and how bright it is to at first when I just showed you a little more light and daylight. So lighting is key, and let me let you see a close-up of the low total light. This is the light itself, and you can use this to really put a bright light on something, or you can use the umbrella here to diffuse the light a little. Hey, there you go. And that's always fun to have a little umbrella to play with. So this is Steve Garfield from pcb5.com giving you a little lighting tip.
There we go. That's my favorite part. All right.
So Joselin, if people want to find more about you, where should they go?
JoselinMiner.com, BostonTweetUp.com.
And Paul, if people would like to find more about you, where should they go?
VideoStudentGuy.com. It's VideoStudentGuy.blogspot.com.
And Mike?
CoursePilotFinancial.com, or you can follow investments on Twitter.
Skip Bensley at Skip Bensley on Twitter, and BrilliantVideoProductions.com and CorporateAudiovisual.com.
Did you say you have a podcast?
That's what I'm like. That's what my question is.
And Steve, just a quick closing wrap up. If people want to learn more about Steve Garfield, where should they go to learn more videos?
Bruce K. Garber, you're awesome. Thank you for being here and filming this. They can find more about me at stevegarfield.com.
Thanks, Steve. And this is Bruce Garber for BruceKGarber.com. If you'd like to learn more video tips and tricks, check out BruceKGarber.com. Thanks for watching.
Oh, I saw that.